Hi everyone, I am Lucrezia Grassi and I'm going to present my work, Cloud Services for Autonomous Interaction with Social Robots and Artificial Agents. The work has been developed starting from the principles of the CAIR System project. CAIR System is an international, multidisciplinary project whose goal is to design the first robots that can assist all the people and adapt to the culture of the individual. The robots can help the users in many ways, including reminding them to take their medication, helping them to stay connected with family and friends, and performing several actions for them. In CAIR System, the ability of the robot to naturally converse with the user has been achieved by creating a framework for cultural knowledge representation that relies on an ontology. However, a major limitation of CAIR System is that only one device at a time can connect to the server via an SSH connection to exploit all the capabilities provided by the system. Moreover, the server can only store the information related to a single client, and it manages all the connections, even from different devices, as coming from the same user. The CAIR system aims at solving some of the main issues of CAIR System, exploiting the advantages of cloud computing to improve the efficiency of the system. CAIR has been developed as a cloud system for autonomous interaction based on the underlying principles of CAIR System, but completely modifying the architecture. The system takes advantage of the rich knowledge base and of the dialogue mechanism developed during CAIR System project, but it is much easier to use and it is able to manage contemporary connections from multiple users. The system is implemented as a set of web services using REST APIs, simultaneously accessible by multiple devices and easily expandable. The image on this slide shows the client-server architecture of the CAIR system. The server, as already mentioned, is composed of a set of REST APIs, and it manages an ontology containing all the concepts and sentences that can be used during the interaction. The Dialog Manager service analyzes the user sentence to recognize both the intention to talk about a specific topic and the intention to execute an action, exploiting also the intent matching service. On the basis of the client state, each time the client performs a request, the server chooses the most appropriate answer to continue the dialogue. The first thing that a client connected to the CAIR server should do is to perform a request to the Dialog Manager service to obtain the initial client state and the first sentence of the conversation, as shown in the figure. The client state should be stored locally on the client and it should be retrieved before each request to the server. Afterwards, the client should acquire the user input, send it to the server along with the client state, and then it should retrieve and manage the response. This last operation expects the system to perform an action, if needed, and eventually continue the dialogue by communicating the reply to the user. If the client is not able to execute a specific action, it can ignore it and consider only the sentence reply. Thanks to its architecture, CAIR can be easily used by most devices with an internet connectivity, able to acquire an input through a keyboard or a microphone and provide an output through a screen or a speaker, such as robots, computers, smartphones, and smartwatches. This slide shows the devices for which it has already been developed a client and that are able to interact with the CAIR server. To conclude, here is a video that shows a brief interaction with both Pepper and Now robots developed by SoftBank Robotics connected to the CAIR server. Thanks to the Dialog Manager and the intent matching service, the system can understand both the intention of the user to perform an action and then to talk about a specific topic.
What's the weather in London?
Today in London, there are 19 degrees with broken clouds. During the day, the minimum temperature will be 17 and the maximum temperature will be 22.
You know, I'm going to travel to Italy.
I'd like to hear your opinion. May we talk about Italy?
Yes, let's talk about Italy.
I like talking about Italy. It's a wonderful country with a great history.
Thanks for the attention.